empathy. Empathy. It's a word we hear a lot these days, but what does it really mean in the context of design? Simply put, empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. In design, it's about stepping out of your own shoes and into the shoes of your users. It's about understanding their goals, frustrations, and needs to create products and services that truly resonate with them.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly.
Welcome. Welcome to yet another episode of the xploreUX cast on usability testing. I am your host, Obruche. In this episode, I will be talking about empathy in design and how to connect with users' usability needs. Specifically, we'll explore how empathy plays a crucial role in understanding and connecting with users' usability needs. So, grab your headphones and let's embark on this journey together. To kick things off, let's start by defining what empathy in design really means. Empathy goes beyond just understanding users. It's about feeling and experiencing the world from their perspective. With a lens on UX design principles, empathy entails putting ourselves in the shoes of our users, understanding their emotions, motivations, and challenges. So, why is empathy so important? Well, it's because without it, we fall into the trap of designing for ourselves or for some idealized version of a user. This can lead to products that are confusing, frustrating, and ultimately unused. Yes, as above, so below. Every cause has an effect, and every effect has a cause. So there are actually two main types of empathy that play a role in design. The first one is cognitive empathy. This is the intellectual side of empathy. It's about understanding how users think, process information, and make decisions. This involves user research techniques like interviews, surveys, and usability testing to gather data and analyze user behavior. The second is affective empathy. This is the emotional side of empathy. It's about understanding how users feel when they interact with your product. Do they feel frustrated, confused, empowered? This type of empathy can be cultivated through techniques like user observation and scenario building. Love xploreUX cast. Here's how you can make a difference. Be a UX champion. Chat with friends, family, and anyone who wants to learn about UX and usability testing. You can supercharge the show. Subscribe, rate, and review xploreUX cast on wherever you listen to podcasts. This helps others discover the good stuff and lets the platform know we're winning. Let's talk UX. Leave comments on the podcast or social media. Got a burning testing question or a topic you'd love to hear explored? Hit me up. And join the UX crew by signing up for our newsletter on LinkedIn and connect with fellow UX enthusiasts. See links in the description. So, by combining both cognitive and affective empathy, we can create a holistic understanding of our users and design products that meet both their practical and emotional needs. So, what are the benefits of designing with empathy? Here are just a few. Imagine this: you design an app, but no one can figure out how to use it. Frustrating, right? That's where empathy comes in. By understanding what users actually need and how they think, you can create interfaces that are easy to navigate. Think of it like designing a kitchen for a friend. You wouldn't put the oven behind the fridge, would you? Here's the cool part: empathy saves you time and money too. Instead of scrambling to fix a confusing app after launch, you can identify those issues early on. It's like catching a typo before you hit send on an email. Much easier. But it's not just about usability. When users feel like you truly get them, they're more likely to stick around. Think about it. Wouldn't you be more loyal to a brand that seems to anticipate your needs? Empathy builds trust and makes people feel valued. That's a recipe for brand loyalty right there. And guess what? Empathy can spark some serious innovation. By going beyond the surface and understanding users' deeper needs, you might discover a whole new way to solve a problem. It's like looking at a familiar object from a different angle. Suddenly, a whole new world of possibilities opens up. So, the next time you're designing something, put yourself in your user's shoes. A little empathy can go a long way in creating a product that's not only easy to use, but also loved by your audience. In a nutshell, the benefits of empathetic design are increased usability, reduced development costs, improved brand loyalty, and innovation. These are just to name a few. You've heard all about empathy, but how do you actually make it matter? Or how do you turn it into action in your design process? Here are some key steps. 1. Develop a user persona. A user persona is a fictional representation of your target user. It includes details about their demographics, goals, needs, and pain points. By creating a user persona, you can keep your focus on the user throughout the design process. Personas keep users at the heart of design, ensuring solutions meet their needs. Not everyone loves them, but their benefits are undeniable. We can explore those reservations in a later episode. 2. Conduct user research. There are a variety of user research techniques you can use to gather insights from your target audience. This could include interviews, surveys, usability testing, and even ethnography, which involves observing users in their natural environment. 3. Create empathy maps. An empathy map is a visual tool that helps you capture what your users see, hear, say, do, feel, and think. This can be a powerful tool for understanding the user journey and identifying areas for improvement. 4. Embrace user feedback. Don't be afraid to get feedback from users early and often. This could involve conducting usability testing, running A/B tests, or simply talking to your users directly. 5. Iterate and improve. The design process is never truly finished. By continually gathering user feedback and iterating on your designs, you can ensure that your product is always meeting the needs of your users. Let's look at a couple of real world examples of how empathy has been used to create successful products. 1. Accessibility features. Imagine a user who is visually impaired. An empathetic design would include features like screen reader compatibility, increased color contrast, and larger font sizes. This ensures the user can access and interact with the product effectively, just like anyone else. 2. Error messages that help. We've all encountered cryptic error messages that leave us frustrated. Empathetic design means crafting clear and concise error messages that explain the problem and offer solutions. Instead of just saying error 404, the message could guide the user to the correct page or suggest alternative actions. 3. Progressive onboarding. A new user might feel overwhelmed by a complex application. Empathetic design incorporates progressive onboarding, which introduces features and functionalities gradually. This helps users learn at their own pace and avoids information overload. 4. Empty state design. Imagine opening an app and seeing a blank screen. Empathetic design considers these empty states and uses them to guide users or provide helpful information. For instance, an empty shopping cart could suggest popular products or offer recommendations. Beyond digital products, here are a few examples of empathetic design. Think about those giant MRI machines, super loud and claustrophobic, not exactly kid friendly, right? Well, GE Healthcare got creative with Pirate Adventure. Imagine a pirate ship complete with ocean views instead of the usual machine. Kids are way more relaxed and engaged during their scans, which is a win win. Not only are they happier, but the scan quality improves and doctors get results faster. Subtitles on streaming services like Netflix might seem like a no brainer, but they're a fantastic example of empathy in action. Yes, they open up a whole world of entertainment for deaf and hard of hearing people. It's about acknowledging different needs and creating solutions that include everyone. Speaking of inclusion, ramps, elevators, and wider doorways are all over the place these days. They might seem ordinary, but they're a big deal for people with disabilities. These features make sure everyone can get around and participate in everyday activities, just like anyone else. Adjustable desks are another cool example. Standing desks are great, but not everyone can use them all the time. These desks adjust up and down, so you can switch between sitting and standing. That way, everyone can find a comfortable way to work and stay healthy. See how empathy can make a real difference in the design world? So far, we've focused on how empathy plays a role in the design process itself. But the benefits of empathy extend far beyond the initial creation of a product. Empathy is like the magic key that unlocks success across business. In marketing and sales, understanding your customers' needs lets you craft messages that resonate. For customer support, empathy builds bridges and solves problems faster. And within a company, empathy fosters collaboration and innovation. It's a win win all around. Empathy changes everything. Okay, now let's talk about the challenges of empathetic design. Of course, incorporating empathy into your design process isn't always easy. Here are a couple of challenges to be aware of, along with some additional roadblocks to consider. 1. Designer bias. We gravitate towards information that confirms our existing beliefs. Surround yourself with user researcher and diverse perspectives to challenge your assumptions. As a designer, you gain expertise in your field. Avoid assuming users have the same knowledge. Explain things clearly and simply. 2. Time and resource constraints. Stakeholders might push for faster development cycles. Clearly communicate the value of user research and iterate on key features, not everything. Getting in depth user feedback can be difficult for large target audiences. Consider using surveys and A B testing alongside in person research. 3. Challenges in user research. People might not be able to articulate their exact needs or desires. Use observation techniques and scenario building to uncover deeper insights. Remember, The paradox of choice. Presenting users with too many options can lead to decision paralysis. Focus on core functionalities and prioritize based on user research. 4. Collaboration and communication. Getting buy-in from stakeholders who might not understand the value of empathy in design. Use data and user stories to showcase the benefits. It's crucial to translate user research findings into clear design decisions. Develop a system to document and share user research effectively. Remember, empathy is a journey, not a destination. By acknowledging these challenges and finding creative solutions, you can ensure your designs are truly user-centered and successful.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Curious about the latest UX trends? Sign up for our UX newsletter on LinkedIn. See the link in the description section of this episode. Okay, now before I wrap up this episode, let me quickly talk about building empathy, because the good news is that empathy is a skill that can be cultivated. Here are a few tips. Practice active listening. When you're talking to a user, truly listen to what they're saying, both verbally and non-verbally. Read books and articles on empathy. There are a wealth of resources available to help you develop your empathy skills. Spend time with people who are different from you. This can help you to broaden your perspective and understand different viewpoints. Final thoughts. As technology evolves, the way we interact with products and services is constantly changing. However, one thing that will always remain constant is the importance of empathy. By understanding our users on a deeper level, we can create products and services that are not only usable, but also delightful. I encourage you to start thinking about how you can incorporate empathy into your own design process. Whether you're a UX practitioner, designer, marketer, or a customer support representative, empathy is a valuable skill that can help you create a more positive impact on the world. It's been a journey. Thanks for joining me on today's episode of the Explore UX cast on usability testing. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to me on social media. Links in the description. Until next time, keep designing with empathy. Cheers and have a good one.